What's going on? What's going on? You're now tuned in to episode 3 of Husband Talk. You all know me. I'm LaShon Jones. So today I have a super special guest. Super special guest. It's a great friend of mine. It's someone I've known for, it's a long time. My boys were super young when we started hanging out. Like, I think I only had one son at that time. Matter of fact, I only had one son.
Definitely.
This is Adrian Seawell. Thank you for joining me, man. The reason why I have Adrian here today is because, one, he's a husband. He's a father. He was on my Black Father doc. He is someone that I've told him before, and he may not know, I look to for some guidance as a grown man too. You know what I mean? As a grown man moving around, he's someone I've watched and admire him and his wife and their dynamic. And how transparent when him and I talk, even ups, downs, goods, bads, you know what I mean? And I do the same. So when we have those conversations, it's always good to see. This is bad to say, and it's probably not that bad. A lot of us are fathers and we're stand-up gentlemen with our kids, but a lot of us aren't husbands.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And I look at my friend group. You and I are the longest running marriages in my friend group.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm just looking at my friend group, not to call out him. My great friend, he got a divorce a couple last year, and and outside of you, that's it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
As a husband, it's work. It takes work, man. Mm-hmm. It's work.
And people don't understand that, bro.
Don't understand. If I had to say anything to anybody, and I think I've told you before, communication is key.
Yes.
If you can't communicate, you are behind the 8 ball. Without a doubt, you are behind the 8 ball. So me and my wife, she knows that I'm a transparent, open book, man.
Right.
If I got to, there's been times, mornings, I wake up, nothing that she's done. Mm-hmm. It's just me, as the old folks would say, I woke up on the other side of the bed. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah, I understand that.
But the communication, after 20 years, now we've been together 20 years now and married for 14. But the communication level is I have earned and I deserve the right to be able to just roll over and say, hey, baby,
I don't feel like it today. Yeah.
And she respects that.
Yes.
When I tell you she respects that, I said, baby, it ain't you. It ain't nobody. It's just me being a man.
Right.
And I implemented
that.
today.
That's funny you said that. I implemented that these past couple of years, these last 5 years. When I'm just not into it, I'm like, babe, it's really not you. You know what I mean? Like today, I'm in a funk. I got a lot going on. I got to mentally kind of compress. Once I get it, you know what I mean? And if I need your help, I ask. But at this moment, I'm just, don't mind me.
Yeah. And first of all, I don't, you say that to them because you don't want them to think that they've done anything wrong.
Yes.
So you're just eliminating that. What did I do today? What did I do? Mm-hmm. Did I do something wrong?
Yep.
So I take that away.
Yeah. And that's the reason.
It's me taking it away.
That's the reason.
So,
too.
When I've done that, it just eliminates everything. And she'll give me that space, that time to, like you say, decompress.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
they don't realize how much we need that, you know what I mean? Because we look at them, we take account how they feel and we adjust. They don't really tell us when they down and they just kind of do shit. I know my wife does. She just do shit and I'll be like, oh, you ain't in the mood today.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're in the phone. So I get with the boys. I'll be like, hey, your mama down, leave it alone. Yes. We're going to go ride out for a little bit, give her some alone time. Or I'll send her like, hey, babe, when the last time you got your nail, go do something for you. You know what I mean? But we just realized 2 days ago that we about to be married 14 years in March. We just realized that literally a couple of days. We was like, damn, we at 13 already? Right. She was like, yeah, we at 13. I was like, God dang.
And that is all of everything that you're saying and doing, and it goes better and smoother. The time does fly by because of the communication.
Yes.
For me, I'm not a perfect person, but I'm a God-fearing man first. Mm-hmm. I put God first. She sees that I put God first, so it makes it easier for me to communicate, and be a husband,
right,
and a father,
right.
And so will there be occasions? Yes.
Yeah, it always will.
But now we've been through these things. We know how to handle them.
Right.
We've been through enough. The communication makes it easier to handle.
I agree.
You know, and you know, it also when you become seasoned in marriage and being a husband, you know, you can, the things that you've been through, you can look back and say, all right, we didn't handle this, baby. You know,
right.
It makes things a lot more easier. So,
right.
But you know, communication is definitely, you know, being a husband, being a black husband, you know, we could touch on that too, but
people don't realize, man, I think that, and I don't like the race things a lot of times, but that's a lot when you look at social media, you look at how some of these are women's friends who be like, who ain't really doing the greatest. So they look at like, why y'all doing so good? You know what I mean? Like the visual things out there. And then just even pitfalls of job, obtaining money and finances. We gotta jump we gotta do extra things. We've both done multiple different businesses, multiple different things to gain and garner funds and things of that nature.
Yes.
And it don't make it easy every day. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. I think, you know, as a husband, I've told my wife plenty of times, I said, you don't understand. You'll never understand what I do and what I have to do to lead. Yeah. And protect.
Yeah, oh, man. Bro. Bro. Man, you
and those are the times that I need that decompression.
Yeah. Because you're right.
I'm doing so much that you don't even know that I'm doing.
Bro, I always harken back on this one moment, and this was before we got married. That's when Sean was just born, and I had ran my own recording studio, and I had a facility. I had a bunch going on at the facility. I had rehearsal space. I had all this stuff going on at this space, and then I had the studio spot. And I remember one time she told me, "You gone too much. You always gone. I need you to be home more." So I made the decision to be home more. So I'm home, and I still had my 9 to 5, but that was extra income. Then I'm home more. So I had someone else running. So I got to pay this person to run my facilities now. I have to also, pay the rent. I got to pay the lights. I got to pay all this shit.
Yes. So
that's still getting done. Now we can't. I think probably like a year later, man, we don't do trips and do this, that we did no more. I sat back. I looked at her. I said, pick a struggle. Either you want me home, or you want me to be out here making money. Because if I'm home, I'm not making the amount of money that I should be making when I'm hands-on. Yes, everything is taken care of here. You don't have to worry for nothing. Because at that time, she didn't even work.
Right.
She was home with the boy. I made sure she was home for at least the first year to 2 years of his life. So I'm hustling. I'm out here doing what I got to do. Right. I was like, you took me away from that. So now I got to pay this kid. I got to pay this kid to run my studio. So I'm paying him more than what I would normally pay him to be just an engineer. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not out here hustling, bustling like I used to. So we not doing that extra shit. Right. Pick a struggle. Pick one. You want me to make more money? Or you want me to be home? You know what I mean? And people don't realize it is yes, be a good father. We need to be present. Yes. We need to be present in our family lives. Be a good father or husband. We need to be present. We have to be present at all times. Yes. But we also got to get out here and get to it. Yeah. And if we don't get to it, you gonna have an issue. You know what I mean? Because now you thinking about all the things we've always used to be able to do. We're gonna have to cut that now. Because I'm not being able to get to it. Now you're getting the love and affection and everything that I was giving you still when I was out here busting my ass.
Right.
You just want it more frequent. Pick one. Yeah, you want us to be regular? Or you want us to be...
You want your nails done?
Non-regular.
Or you gonna do them?
Yeah, or you gonna make it happen. You figure it out.
You gonna do your nails or they gonna do your nails?
What you want? Yo, so I want to get to a topic. Like, what do you think about therapy? Because I think in relationships, or just us as men, period, I know a lot of men don't, especially black men, and we don't look at therapy as something that's helpful. What are your thoughts of like couples therapy or just personal therapy, period, for you? Have you ever even had to attempt to do any of that?
I have not, but that today, I would definitely say that it was something that I would do.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely do it. Because if you have to today, man, it's not like, mom and dad coming up, you had nowhere to go,
right?
And we just talked about having to decompress. You have to be able to release your feelings, your thoughts to someone, somewhere, somehow,
right?
And getting with a friend sometimes, just as me and you do. We've sat down and talked over lunch, dinner,
shit in the club,
just chilling. You gotta I gotta tell somebody,
right?
This
I
is
get
eating
it.
Me,
I get it.
But to be able to talk to a professional, I definitely would do.
Right.
I definitely.
I've been thinking about it. It's not that something is going on. Is that I think a lot of times, and I've done it before. I've talked about it before on other mediums. I've had a bout of depression where I almost committed suicide.
Sure.
So, and I was younger me. So I've got myself out of that. But then I also realized as I got older, I needed some more additional help.
Yes.
So I've sought their therapist. When it came to my marriage, my wife and I, we've never had a reason where we needed to do any couples therapy or anything. You know what I'm saying? Here. So I don't think we need anything, but if we did, a great thing is she's not opposed to it. You know what I'm saying? And we have good people around us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's therapy in itself.
Yes.
That's therapy in itself. But professional wise, I feel definitely, and I would definitely, my wife would be all for it. Just speaking for her, I know my wife.
Mine would too.
And she would be, let's go. Whatever it takes for us to keep the peace.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, my wife knows my main thing, baby, I need you to be my peace.
Yes.
When I get out these doors, the way of the world,
Bro.
I need to come home to my castle.
Yes.
I need to come home to my peace, and you are my peace.
Bro, I told
she
people,
understands that.
I love that.
And
I love that.
Because the world is enough.
It's rough, bro. It's rough when we got to go out here and hustle and bustle. Yeah. I don't never want it to ever be a point where I have to, when I pull up to my home, I got to sit in my car for a amount of time just because I got to prepare myself to deal with the home. I want to be able to be like, if I sit in my car, just because I'm quick conversation, or I'm like, leave outside here.
Yes.
It's peaceful home. It's nothing like coming home and, the boys are getting older, but they still, Dad, Pops, we politic, y'all. You know what I mean?
Same here.
Wife, hey, baby, give me a hug. Let me get you something to drink, something like that. I love that shit. Feels good. It's like, great. God, I'm happy to be home.
Feels great.
You know what I mean?
But when you got to pull up to the door, and I've been on the other side of that. When I've pulled up and damn,
I don't feel like going in this motherfucking shit. Right.
And one divorce later, that's why I'm here talking to you with a happy marriage.
Same thing here, my brother. And that's real, yo. That's real.
It's real. It's real. No knock there, but it's just the facts.
Dude, we did therapy. Me and my ex did therapy, and the therapist. So this therapist was actually a pastor as well, but he was a licensed therapist. Sure. And it's someone I've gone to his church a couple of times. At the end of the sessions, because he knew me, he was like, "I'm not." He waited. He matter of fact, he called me and said, "Hey, come up to the office. Let's have a conversation." I said, "Cool," because I would do that with them. I came up to the office and he was like, "You're gonna make whatever decision that you want to make." And this was me and my ex-wife. We only was married for a year, but it was right before we got married. He said, "You're gonna make whatever decision that you're gonna make. I would not marry her. Y'all not nowhere in the same." You know what I mean? And I didn't pay it. I took it with this information. I took it. I understood where he was coming from. I did it anyway. And when we got a divorce, he happened to just contact me out the blue. He was like, "Things ain't going well, are they?" I said, "No." And I was like, "How did you know?" He said, "Spirit told me." And he's like, I don't know the same friends groups you have. And I didn't talk to this man in probably 7 months when he called me. And he was like, "I'm not calling you to tell you that I told you so." He's like, "I'm calling you to tell you that you have an ear and go with your first instinct about things." Mm-hmm. And he just had a conversation with me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, he was right. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that.
And you live and learn.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You live and learn, and hopefully you live and learn.
Yeah, hopefully. A lot of us don't.
My father used to say, "Ain't no food like an old food."
That's so real. That is so
hopefully
real.
You live and learn from your mistakes.
Right.
That's what we do as human beings and creatures. You grow.
Right.
You learn to process things different and move on.
Right. Now, how do you personally manage like right now stress or any level of anxiety?
Sure. Great question. And my answer to that is real simple. Of course, you know I'm a photographer.
Right.
But I have that release. That is my release. My wife knows if I grab that camera and say, baby, I'm out. She knows I'm going to take pictures. That's just me decompressing. That's the decompression. That's my therapy.
I love it.
Being out at, on a morning like today, it's, crisp, cool air. I'm taking some pictures. It's fall. The leaves are changing. It's me talking to God, God talking to me and absorbing that. That is my therapy. That's how I decompress. That's it. I make time for me.
Right.
I have to make time for me.
Yes.
And that's the way I find my
that's a
my
balance,
therapy, man.
and that's a balance that a lot of us don't do. Like I just started doing that, and I think because my boys have gotten older,
yes,
I'm able to kind of step away because I felt for the longest anytime I stepped out the house, I needed to take them with me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And especially Sean, little Sean been with me.
Sure.
Pretty much every place I go.
Right.
And then his little brother, and when I walk out, he asks, Dad, I can go? I'm like, yeah, come jump on their car. But now they getting older and they kind of, Sean definitely doing his own thing. Mm-hmm. They don't really bother me as much when I go outside. And plus we got iPhones, so they know my location. Mm-hmm. So I go for rides, man. Those are my decompress. I go shoot some ball. I hit the gym now. That's my biggest decompress. And this right here, these cameras. You know what I mean? Like, this is where I can get my, quote unquote, my shit off and kind of just do me.
Excuse me for cutting you off. I just said this to my wife just yesterday. We are the checker. Nobody checks on the checker.
No.
Nobody checks on the checker.
No.
I'm always checking on my wife.
Yeah.
My kids.
Yes.
My friends.
Yeah.
Nobody checks on the checker.
No, you're right.
You have to be able to have some relief. And like I say, for me, it's pictures, or maybe just me grabbing the remote, going into the other room, watching the NC State Wolfpack, go Wolfpack.
Yeah.
And she knows. Mm-hmm. She knows. And that's the great thing. But that's the communication level that I, led with is the community. Hey, baby, I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to watch the game. Or I'm going to Sean's house and watch the game.
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere and watch the game. She knows, all right, Pops need a break.
Yeah.
All right, baby, see you when you get back.
Yeah. Bro, that's so real what he said. No one checks on the checker, man. I think shit, bro. And I try not to cuss too much on this show, but yeah, man.
Yeah. Nobody checks.
No one checks on the checker. I check on a lot of people, man. I check on people all the time. Like you said, friends and everything. Mm-hmm. And
who's checking on you? Nobody checks on the check.
Nobody.
So you have to.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You have to. You have to find.
You gotta check on your strong friends, man. Yes. Your strong friends be struggling, bro. Yes. No, you're right. Yes. And the funny thing is, we are each other's strong friends, and we don't even check on each other like that. When we see each other, and you know what I think, because we talk on social media too, and that's my way also lately, knowing that people are all right. They cool. Yeah. They cool.
I'll send you something. That's me checking on you. I know you good.
Yeah.
Because if anything, I know if you have to talk, hey, bro, we need to eat. We need to sit down and let's go get some chicken wings. That's code for we need to talk. I need to talk.
Sometimes you need that. I think for men, we need that male decompression moments, like talking to your male friends.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with being around your woman and talking to your woman. Yes, that's your safe haven. But I think it's also things that you could discuss with your male friends, your close ones, that's very objective, and they know how to, listen and communicate, that you can't do with your lady.
Bro, barbershop talk is
barbershop talk. Yeah, that's real. That is real. I miss those days. We don't really have barbershops like that no more. And when I go to the barbershop and I need a cut now, my man got a suite. It's just him and I in there. Right. And I love him, but I'm not talking to him about a bunch of shit like that. You know what I mean?
Same here.
That's my guy.
Same here. I got my barber's the same way. It's just him in a suite.
Yeah. It's not like having multiple people there and you just talking and building. Like, so I've had a vasectomy now. Mm-hmm. It'll be 10 years February when I had my vasectomy. The reason I had the courage to do it was because of the barbershop. My barber at the time, he brought it up because I was telling him I plan on doing it. Him and I was having a discussion about it. And he was like, you don't mind me? I said, no, bring it up. He brought it up. It's early in the morning. Bunch of people waiting to get their cut. One dude, 15 years, one dude 8 years. Everyone kept breaking down, and they had it. He was like, I did it in the time when it wasn't quick recovery. These were older gentlemen,
right?
So I'm sitting there, and then you got the younger guys. Man, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that shit. Right. And I'm like, I don't want no more kids. And my pullout game weak in the Shaq free throws. So I'm like, let me go do this. And I did it. As soon as my son was born, I did it. I did it when I made sure, 10 fingers, 10 toes, mental capacity is there. He can look right, look left. He was able to do his thing. And then I did it. I called him, snipped and clipped. And I brought it up at the barbershop next time. It's like, yo, bro, I ain't seen you in a couple days. I said, man, I went and did it. He was like, you did what? I said, I did it. He said, no, you didn't. I said, yeah. And my old barber got 12 kids. He talking about, man, I need to do this. I said, yeah, bro, you need to do that 6 kids ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was crazy just to have that conversation. And we talked about it. It was at the barbershop. We don't do that no more. I told Daryl that I did it. He was like, man, it still worked the same. I said, yeah, nigga, it still worked the same.
But even
we don't have those discussions.
And even just me sitting here thinking about it, if you can remember back in the day, that is therapy in itself. But I say that to say, how many times were you in a barbershop where it was guys just not even getting a haircut?
Yeah.
They just and every time you went, that same guy was in there. Them same couple of guys.
Yeah.
That was the therapy.
Yeah.
Because it was taboo to go, man, I'm going to lay on somebody's couch.
No.
You going to lay on somebody,
you're not doing it.
You're not doing it.
Nope.
Nobody's doing it. But that was the therapy
you're right.
for the older generation.
You're right.
And right to up until our generation, and now now we in suites and booking appointments.
Yeah,
but
you could have just pulled up to the barbershop, look at you got you got 2 in front of you. Cool, I'm chilling.
I'll sit here all day. I've sat in the barbershop all day.
Me too. 8 hours
learned a lot in the barbershop. Learned a lot from these older cats.
That's so real, bro.
So therapy.
Make barbershops great again.
No doubt about it.
Oh man, that was a time. You right though, man. You used to have a couple old dudes that was sat there in the corner, or you got a dude coming in selling stuff, and everybody was building. It was a good level of fellowship and education.
No topic was off.
Nothing.
Off key.
Nothing. And it was respect, because when women walked in, conversation dropped immediately. She came in with her kid. Little kids was in there. Everybody curved how they talked. They know they wasn't going to talk too reckless with the kids in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then when the women left, everybody, all right.
Yeah.
Your son is fine. You ain't got to worry about going right to the store. We good. We got him. You know what I mean? And literally got him. Got him some drink, a little snack. He chilling. Hey, your mama be back. But go on, sit down now.
Yep. Like, if I had to pop his little tail, I pop his.
Yeah.
It was cool. Hey, I had to pop him because he was getting out of hand. Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Yep. Going about his business.
Can't do that today.
No.
But it was therapy. It was definitely therapy. It was a good release.
Man, that was a good one, man. I ain't even think about that one. That's a good one.
No doubt.
I appreciate that one. That was a good one. That's a good.
Man. I mean, that's what we here for, brother.
I agree with that one.
Man. No doubt.
So, how do you overcome societal expectations with how to be a father, how to be a husband, and be a husband in this current time?
Easy. God first.
Makes sense. Yeah.
God first. I'm nothing without him, and I don't want to get up here and but I'm just telling you who I am, and that's who I am. God first, man.
Yeah.
I pray first. My wife prays with me. I pray with my wife.
Great.
As I'm led by him, she follows.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
And it makes that's an easy answer. It may be different for someone, but as for me in my house, we gonna serve the Lord.
Right.
And I'm not perfect.
None of us
I have erasers on my pencil still. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing though. Let's talk about it. As far as I would seek God, seek answers, and we gonna go from there.
Yeah.
To answer that question, that's number one for me, man. It's just it's talking to God and where He says we gonna go from there. And I can still talk to my friends and get a cumulative answer. And make as an adult, you make that decision. But I try to be led by God.
No, in my house we keep outside communication from within. We don't do what goes on our home, stay in our home. And that's always been our rule. What goes on our home, stay in our home. It's an old school rule, and unless it's abuse. That's the only thing.
Same here.
You run out if it's abuse, but other than that, we don't bring people within our relationship outside of doing the podcast together. We don't, even how we lessen our children, we don't bring people within our relationship when it comes to that. Yes, we have people that we communicate with.
Sure.
To gauge a level of understanding, but even those people aren't people that they know everything that goes on, because that's some things you got to keep close to the vest. So we're similar in that way. We do the same thing. We pray together. I'm not the most. I'm spiritual.
Yeah,
I'm more spiritual than I am religious.
It's a big difference. I totally agree. I'm the same boat with you.
Yep. So I don't really go to church, but I pray every single day. I thank him every morning.
We have a church now.
Yep. Yeah. That's how I feel. That's why I think. For me, it's church. Yes. It's fellowshipping with like-minded individuals on discussions on life, and then also just living a certain way. I live a certain way.
Yes. Those commandments.
Yes.
I ain't got to go to church for that. But the commandments, don't you?
Yes, sir. And I feel like I think that's how I know. When my wife and we got together, our thing was this. We had a great relationship. We were friends. We built a relationship. I've known her. We've known each other when we were young, but we didn't know each other.
Right.
But we know of each other. So when we got together, we both been in other relationships. She was in an abusive one. I was in a mentally abusive one. When we got together, we enjoy what we were. So our thing was this: don't change. That was our discussion. Please, yes, some things are gonna change, but it was like we literally sat and had a discussion. I love this person. Yes, I love this person. Yep. And please don't change when it comes to that. Let's continue having fun. So my wife, we have fun. Yes. We've had ups and downs. That happens.
Of course.
But we have fun with one another, and we rely on one another. We come to each other first. Here. We don't go running out and asking someone of the same sex or opposite sex. We don't do that. You know what I mean? Because we know what that's going to breed. We know that's going, especially when you go talk to, if I go talk to another woman about the issues with my wife, that woman is going to do everything the opposite of everything I'm complaining about my wife about to bring me in. And a lot of us are gullible enough to fall for that shit. It happens. Agree. You know what I mean? Totally agree. And vice versa for her.
Totally agree.
And so we keep a level of understanding for one another where we communicate first. We discuss things. Our rules is we never go to bed angry. We always have a conversation, about whatever that's going on. And if we go to bed angry, you stay on your side, stay on my side. But we've had to talk. We don't leave this house without saying I love you, because we never know when is the last time you're going to see that person. Here. And I refuse to have that on my heart that my wife died out here and I was angry and I never got to tell her I love her.
Yes.
We just don't do that.
Same here.
Dog, one time I left the house, mad. I know we had an argument. I just left, jumped in the car and went up the street. That joker called me. Bring your ass back here right now.
Good for her.
Bring your ass, cuss me out.
Yep.
I pulled back to the house real quick.
Yep.
She gave me a hug, gave me a kiss. I love you. I know you mad at me. I'm mad at you. You can go up the street and go and get business, but you don't ever leave this house and break our rules like that. And I was like, "You right,"
Same here.
And I apologize.
My wife and I, we do this. We kiss. We kiss every morning. Goodbye. We do 3 kisses.
Yep, we do too. That's so funny, dog.
She'll watch this and she'll laugh. But yeah, we do 3 kisses, and I've given some mad kisses.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
you're gonna get this kiss.
But you're gonna get this kiss. You're gonna get this kiss. It's gonna be dry lips, stiff.
Yes, breath, all that. You're getting it all. Because I'm not breaking the rule.
No, I'm
out of here. So I
that's
understand,
funny,
man.
bro. I thought we the only one that did the 3 kiss. We do the 3 kiss. We did the 3 when we got married. Yeah. People was looking at us because we didn't do a hold kiss. We did a 3 kiss, and that was our our thing. We've always done that with her.
Yeah, so we leave every morning, even. It doesn't even have to be, because my wife, she's at home, but, I leave, I go to work at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and, she gets those, she'll roll over and get those kisses. But, most of the time, even if I'm leaving the house, if I know I'm going to be gone before I came here, guess what I got? 3 kisses.
Yeah, you got to.
So, whether I'm mad, I've given some mad kisses, and I know she's giving me some mad kisses, but
you got to do it. We're going to do kisses. Yeah, because, dog,
that's the rule.
I think that's...
Because you just don't know.
You just don't know. That's the scariest thing. I think when... like you said, we built to protect. We're protectors. I know I'm a protector of my family. I know you are as well.
Yes.
Like we know each other. So the one thing we can't we can't always protect them. So when they go outside to them for themselves, it's like,
yes,
you feel sometimes helpless, and back in your mind, make sure things right.
Yep.
Your kids are grown now. They're grown. I remember when they were young, they're out in the world. Yep. I'm having a hard time, but I'm doing it, letting Sean go. Now,
keep him out that nest, that bird's nest. Yeah.
I will say this. You know when you don't think they listen, he's showcased that he's listen, because he's not from. I'm from the streets. I'm from the streets. I've been in those streets. Mm-hmm. My son, he knows. He says, "Oh, I'm a suburban kid. I live in the suburbs. My family is good. Right. I got a good life. I don't feel ashamed about it." He told a kid that at school, dude talk junk. He's like, "I don't care." He said, "You can't blame me for my mom and daddy being good and being together. I don't care about none of that." He I know who I am. So he made me proud, bro. He was at the park, and he was with his friend, and someone had a gun at the park, the local park here in Clayton. He noticed certain mannerisms and this was a kid he was talking to. He knew this kid. Right. So they was already politicking, but he kept watching him. He was like, he kept doing stuff he's like, it was weird to me. So he kept watching him. And then when he was arguing with some guy, his shirt lifted up, he saw his gun. I have guns, so he knows what it looks like. He know what's going on. He know how he's been to the gun range with me. He know that we ain't doing that. He grabbed his friend. He said, "Hey, we getting up out of here." His friend was like, Nah. He said, "We came together. We leave together. But if you try to stay, I'm leaving you." Right. So he got on his bike. His boy's like, "All right, I'm going. And they left. Police got called to the park and arrested that kid with a gun. And when it was on the news and everything. Yeah. So when me and him talked about it, I said, "Ain't that your homeboy from around the corner?" He said, "Yeah, let me tell you." And he told me everything. Part of me was so proud because he had the wherewithal and understanding. I gotta get up out of here. I ain't got no time for this. Mm-hmm. But it's still so hard to just like, what did you do?
And like you say, as a father and a husband, you know, that's what we've done. That's what we do. That's all we want.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we want.
That's what we want. We want them to understand it. You
got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. It's still scary, bro.
It is scary. It is, but the crazy part of it is such a cycle of that they have to be in those situations to learn.
True. That's very true. That's very true.
Because if you don't know,
you don't know. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's true.
You can show them, you can tell them, but until you, and even today, as a 56-year-old, handsome, great-looking man, I want to put that out there.
Yes, you
should. I'm a hands-on person.
Right.
Man, I'm the type, bro. Hey, this is what God gave me.
Right.
I'm the type, you can tell me 1,000 times, but until I put my hands on it.
Right. Right. No, I don't know nothing. Yeah,
I don't know nothing.
Yeah, I get it.
So I feel that's why I say put it in that vernacular where it's the same thing, man. They have to be in those situations. Right. You don't want to, and it's crazy. Like I said,
that's how we learn.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want them to be in situations, but you want them to be in those situations.
You do, and that's why we give them the information. Yes. Like I make sure I let them know, y'all you ain't never been in no street stuff. I don't want to see you around here trying to act like you gangster.
Right.
I'm the most gangster motherfucker bro. I will hurt you if I see you out here doing something crazy. I said, but I want to provide you with the information so you can be prepared. You want to be a level of street smarts on top of book smarts. Yes. You know what I mean? Just a level of understanding out here. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because he's about to start driving soon. Yeah. He's about to start driving real soon. Yep. He's prepared. He already know how to drive.
And even in that, you have to teach them this is a privilege.
Yes. That's been
this is a privilege. Mm-hmm. This ain't.
I snatched this away, homeboy.
In a minute.
Like, don't ever get it
twisted. This ain't given.
Right.
You're earning this privilege, and it can be taken away. And have that talk. And
I'll say this.
And I know it's tough.
It's scary,
it's definitely tough.
I think they understand because even with their video games and all that stuff, bro, y'all don't own none of this. That's why I purchase all this stuff because I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't let your mama buy no electronics. She don't buy nothing electronic. She know I'm the electronic guy. So when it comes to your little Xbox, your little PlayStations, your little computers, that's my shit. the end of the day is mine.
You
just borrowing it for the moment.
I'm letting you use it.
Yo, this is lease. Yep. Lease to own. When you get ready to go and I say, yeah, you can take that, which is yours. Yep. But while it's here, this is mine. So with the car, he already knows because he's getting the car that's out there now. Okay. That's going to be his first car. And he knows. He was like, yeah, damn, I'm gonna do this. I say, yeah, but you ain't doing too much. You know what I mean?
Still, man.
And he knows he can't get the car until he changes the oil. I need to see a full-fledged oil change from him. And he already learned how to change the tire, so he been doing that. He does that. Yeah, flat tire. Yep. Matter of fact, his mama was teaching him how to drive, and she was messing with him. Was like, you don't need to be this close to the curb. She hit the curb, bust the tire. So I made him change it. They pulled up back to the house.
We all go.
Yo. I was like, good time, brother. Jack it up. You know what a jack at? Jack him up.
Park brake on.
Yo. And it was so funny. I was like, you see now why I don't let your mama drive, right? He started laughing.
Let me teach you something else.
He started laughing. He was like, funny. Yeah, you do drive all the time because your mama can't drive.
Lesson number 1.
Yo, women don't drive. I'm sorry, but you know. But yeah, that's been my my new fear a lot because now my baby boy is out there. You know, my daughter is out there. It scared me with her going to Charlotte. She lives in Charlotte now and she's living her life doing her thing, and that scared me for a while. But she's 25, man. I had to, you gotta let go.
Yeah, and it only comes with age, and the experience.
Yeah,
the older they get, the less of fear. That we have because you figure, all right, they've been around enough.
Yeah, they done been around. Yeah,
you should know by now.
Yeah, there's only one thing left with Sean that I'm scared for him for. Yeah. That's only one thing.
Wrap it up, man. Let me teach you something. Wrap it up.
Oh yeah. Been already on that.
Wrap it up.
I mean, I think we covered everything, man. Is there anything that you want to cover? Anything you want to talk about?
I think we covered
anything
everything.
You want to say to the people?
Well, I think, in summary, I would say being a husband is a great thing. A man to find a wife, find a good thing.
Yes.
And,
I agree.
It, like I say, for me, number 1 is definitely communication. You have to communicate. Nobody's a mind reader if they don't know. Trust. It's given, it's earned.
Yes.
It's another thing.
Oh my God.
But for me, what works for me is, being a God-fearing man and just being an open book and being able to communicate. I know I've stressed that today, but that's what works for me.
No, that works.
Because if I can't talk to you, and you can't talk to me,
what are we doing?
What are we doing here?
That was episode 1 of Husband Talk. It was all about communication. Yeah. That's probably more key than anything that we can do as in a relationship. You know what I mean? And if we could pass that down to anybody, young deciding to get married or even, our age and deciding to do it again because we've both done it again.
Yes.
is the level of communication, Don't do the same things you did in your first one.
Yep.
Figure out something different with the second one. And I think communication is probably the biggest thing, even for myself.
And I would even go further than communicating. Being a good listener.
Yes.
Being a good listener.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. When my mother or father, especially my mother, when she would scold me, she'd say, "Are you listening or do you hear me?"
Yeah.
It's a difference.
It's a difference. Yes. Yes.
It's a big difference.
Yep.
Hearing someone and listening is a big difference.
Yeah,
listening means I'm paying attention to what you're saying to me. So
that's just like talking to someone and talking at them.
Someone.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a whole nother project for you, my friend. That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode. But like I said, if I had to sum it up, listening, communicating,
right.
They go hand in hand. You have to be able to reciprocate, and another thing I would add in closing is that it ain't always about you. It's not always about you. You can be selfish at some things, but it's not always. And when I say selfish, it's some things that's the part where I'm saying taking care of yourself, your mental, because if I ain't good, how we gonna be good? So make sure you're good.
Yes.
You know, that's the selfish part of I gotta go take this break. I gotta go decompress.
Yes.
So those are, you know, being a good listen and communicating and just it goes hand in hand.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, everyone, this is episode 3 of Husband Talk. Man. Thank you. I appreciate
you, brother.
I appreciate you so much, man.
Love you, man.
I love you too,
God
brother. You know, look, you know, we go so far back, man. I appreciate you so much on so many ways that I don't reciprocate often, but
it's all good.
But I really do, man.
First of all, I understand that you're a family, and I understand that life is life, and we always, but we always know each other's numbers. So you know, I'm a phone call away, anytime, any place, anywhere, man.
And we don't even live too far from each other now.
20 minutes away. Appreciate you, man.
No, always. Well, this is Husband Talk, episode 3. Once again, I like to thank my good brother Adrian here, and
peace and blessings.
Y'all check us out next episode, man. We're gonna have another special guest. Thank you all. Peace.